If you want to know the #1 best way to soak your microgreen seeds in terms of ease of use and efficiency, stay tuned because I'm about to share with you the exact system that I invented for soaking my microgreen seeds. For the best microgreens content, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and ring the bell. That way you get notified when I come out with new videos on Tuesdays. I've seen the numerous ways that people soak their microgreen seeds, and some of them literally make me laugh. I'm not kidding, like I've literally laughed out loud at some of the videos I've seen of the different processes some microgreens farmers are using that are just absolutely ridiculous. This process should be insanely efficient, very effective, and shouldn't really take much time or be annoying at all whatsoever. So I'm excited to share with you in this video what I think is the #1 best way to soak your microgreen seeds. I've already taught you in my previous videos why the microgreen seeds need to be soaked in the first place, and also which microgreens varieties need to be soaked. So now I need to teach you the system that actually gets this done. It's simple, effective, efficient, and you can use this as a small farmer just starting out, as well as a larger farmer at scale. You're going to need two things: a 5-gallon bucket and a 5-gallon paint strainer bag. I have links to the bags below in my description, but you can also pick this stuff up right from your local Home Depot or any similar store, usually in the paint aisle. For sunflowers, they float, so you're gonna need to keep them underwater. That way they do achieve that thorough germination. So what I use for this is really just a brick that holds them down under the water, so that way they can actually absorb that water and fully germinate. Comment below and let me know what materials you're using for microgreen seed soaking. I'm super curious because I've seen some wacky setups at this point, and I'm really curious to hear what yours is. The goal with this system, or at least my thought process here, is to be able to remove the seeds from the water very easily, so that way you can drain the water and then set the seeds back to dry off. Now, with this being said, the seeds drying off actually isn't super necessary. I just like to let my seeds dry off a little bit after soaking because I find that it's easier to sow them into the trays when they're not wet, because they kind of clump together and it's also a little messier. What's kind of funny is that the paint strainer bags that we're using are actually used in the same way and for the same purpose that they're used in painting. What happens is you put the paint strainer bag into the bucket, you fill it with paint, and then you lift it back out, so that way any particles or flaws in that paint comes out with that paint strainer bag. That way you have fresh paint to paint onto a wall without any clumps or anything like that. Now for painting, you want to strain out the debris that could be in the paint, but for microgreens, the debris here is actually the seeds. So the seeds stay in that bag, and when you pull them out, it separates the seeds from the water. All right, so here's the steps of the process. First, you're gonna wanna take your bucket, you put your bag in there, and you make sure to fasten the elastic band around the rim of the bucket. Next, you're gonna pour your seeds into the bag that's now in the bucket. And be sure to weigh your seeds out before you do this, so that way you know how many trays that you're gonna have to make with the seeds in that bag after they're soaked and ready for planting. For me, the maximum amount of trays that I make at a time is 6. So that's the maximum amount of seeds that I'm putting into these bags at a time, is 6 trays worth. Fill the buckets up with water once you've done this, and if you're soaking sunflower, be sure to tie the bag and use a weight, like I mentioned before, to hold them down in the bucket. After the seeds have soaked for your desired time, simply lift the bag out of the bucket, dump the water, and then you can actually tie the bag to the bucket using the handle on the side. Boom, that's it. Now your seeds are soaked, they're ready to be planted right into your trays. They have fully absorbed the water that they needed, and you're gonna get a thorough germination. Now you know the #1 best system for soaking microgreen seeds, but this isn't the only farm process that I've taught. So go find me on other social media platforms. That way you can absorb my content and learn this information in other formats than simply just my videos here on YouTube. Now, if you want to learn how I set up an automatic seed soaking machine, click the video below or click the other video to learn why we even soak these microgreen seeds in the first place. If you like this video, be sure to hit that like button below, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and be sure to share this video with anybody you think it may help, or share it in microgreens groups if you think it's helpful in there as well. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.